Hi there, this is Kristen Hughes, and I am here to give you a walkthrough of some of the features of Read and Write for Google Chrome. We're going to run through the text-to-speech and speech-to-text options that are available for our students. Once you have the extension installed, you can use the text-to-speech options to read almost any web page or document that's through Google Docs or Office 365, as well as PDFs, which have been scanned in a specific format called OCR. We're going to start with using text-to-speech on a web page. Most web pages are accessible through this option. If you navigate to a web page and you find that your toolbar is not opening up appropriately, then in the rare instance that happens, that web page would not be accessible through this. However, the majority of web pages are accessible through here. So many of the text-to-speech options that are included here, we have the dictionary options, where if a student is reading something aloud, they can highlight information, click on dictionary, and it gives them a verbal output of what the word is that has been highlighted. And this is just highlighting with the mouse. When you do individual definitions, you do not need to use the highlighting options. If an individual requires a visual to support the definition, this little icon with the mountains and the moon will provide a picture dictionary. The options for collecting vocabulary, if a student is producing a vocabulary list for, say, a biology class or a history class, they would need to highlight with the mouse and then select any color of the highlighters here. Select which words they wish to obtain the definition for. And then they're going to come over here to the icon that has the 3 squares with the 3 rectangles next to it. Click on that, and a vocabulary list will be formed for you in Google Docs with those words that were highlighted, a symbol if available, and a space for notes. This document will appear in the student's Google Docs drive, and they can save it, and they can share it, they can print it, whatever is necessary. By highlighting information, they are also able to collect a large amount of information. For instance, if they are interested in obtaining the main idea of a paragraph, so they can highlight a whole sentence. And then by clicking on this Collect Highlights button, which is the 4 different colors going around in a circle, if you click on that, you can say, yes, I want to collect the yellow highlights, the green, the blue, the purple, hit OK. It will open another Google Doc for you. It collects all the information that you highlighted, as well as a link to return to that citation. And this little broom right here will help delete the highlights. In addition, there's also a simplify page where if you see the rectangles running horizontally, it will open the prescribed page into a separate tab. And this removes all images and advertisements from the page, which will reduce the amount of distraction for the student. Move the toolbar out of the way, and you see there are 2 buttons here, simplify, and you can go, I have to go up first. And this will increase and decrease the amount of information available on the page, almost forming an outline. This option does take a little while to load. I apologize. But if the student simplifies enough, it produces more of an outline of the information rather than a full page. In addition, the contrast on the screen can be changed for our students with cortical visual impairment or other visual needs. They can change the background or the text color to be easier for them to process. Finally, the main feature is text-to-speech, where a student can select where they want the program to begin reading. They can hit the play button.
For other uses, see meditation disambiguation. For bodily
The play button plays the text. The pause button will pause the text and you can resume wherever you were listening. And the square is the stop button and will stop reading completely. Part of this also includes a screen masking option, where if a student is reading and requires a more intense focus on where they are reading on the screen mask will follow the mouse up and down on the screen wherever they are reading. This also works for PDFs. So if you have a handout to a student that's in an OCR PDF format, OCR is optical character resolution, and it's an option on many scanners. It can be uploaded into the student's Google Drive or Office 365 Drive. A student can select it, and then at the very top you see Open With, and you can open with Read and Write for Google Chrome. And this will give you many similar options to the extension available in the web browser. So you'll see you have the play button, the pause button, you can highlight and add notes, and you can also print it once it's been highlighted. And just as before, we highlight the text, we hit play.
Crowding our planet, although our numbers have become immense, we're not spread evenly.
So that's a way that students can access PDF handouts that are given to groups. Finally, our students have access to speech to text within Google Docs, as well as within Office 365. When a student opens a new Google Docs, the toolbar will open automatically if it's not visible. Sometimes it kind of hides right up there and you have to click on the puzzle piece to get it to drop down. There are a few options in here which are beneficial for our students. The first one is word prediction, which is this little magic ball here. And as a student begins to type, words appear and are also read aloud for the student as options to supplement their writing. So if I were to write Jack, and Jill. I don't know who that is. Went. And it continues to read aloud for the student in case they are unable to decode the entire word. That can be turned off just by clicking again. The same options appear here. So Jack and Jill went. If a student highlights the word, they can receive a definition. If a visual is available, one will show up in the picture dictionary. In addition, the student can have the text read back to them.
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
This is an excellent option for our students in terms of editing their papers. Finally, there's speech to text. So if a student clicks on the microphone here, a red microphone shows up in the corner and begins to transcribe what is spoken. As you can see, the accuracy is relatively high and doesn't require training like in old speech-to-text programs. When a student is ready to stop typing, all they have to do is hit that microphone. When they want to resume, they can click it again, and it will begin to transcribe again. I believe that's the majority of the features that our students will be using at this time. If anybody has any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to guide you in any ways to use Read and Write Chrome in your classroom. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.